Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to our Dharma with streaming on Tofo. So the previous class, we already discussed about the um, three Dharma cell. So we have understanding about the ultimate teachings in Buddhism. And the three Dharma cell basically already represent the truth of this universal world and also what the Buddha wants to tell us about or what he wants to guide us through in order to liberate out from the circle of birth and death and also from the suffering. So start from today, we are going to have a new topic, which we are going to discuss about the 12 links of dependent origination. And now I'm going to have this share screen with all of you on this dependence in origination. So what is this 12 links of dependent origination? This is a very important topic in Buddhism. Basically, it tells us about how we're being reborn again and again and again. What caused us to be reborn again, again, and again? What is the reason and what is the flow of this of our life? Before we were born, when we were born, and after we pass away. So today we are going to explore the circle of this 12 links of dependent origination. And if we are able to find a way to break this circle, basically we are able to stop our birth and death. So let's explore in and have an understanding about what caused us to be reborn and how can we do in order to liberate out from the circle of birth and death. So in here, we have this 12 links of dependent origination. It is the central to Buddhist philosophy and practice. It's the principle of dependent origination, sometimes called dependent arising, in Chinese called Yue Qian. In essence, this principle says that all things happen through cause and effect, and that they are interdependent. So what we do, basically there's always a cause, a reason behind. It costs something in order to have a result. So, and also from this result, it will create certain conditions, and after that become a cause again, and an effect. So no phenomenon, whether outer or inner, occurs except as a reaction to the previous cause. And all phenomena will in turn condition the following result or the effect. So what happened in our life is there's always a condition before this condition happens and after this condition happens. What I'm saying is that there's always a reason behind for us to do certain things. And when we do certain things, there's always another conditions to lead to a result. So it's just like in our life. We have this desire in food. In food. So when there is a condition of this, like for example, cheesecake, come to us. When we saw the cheesecake, immediately in our consciousness, it will retrieve the memory of the cheesecake that is good, tasty. So this conditioned from the external or the outer, a cheesecake, from the internal condition, the memory. It causes us to have a reaction. So if we are unable to be mindful, when the condition of the cheesecake and the condition of my consciousness feeling, my memory, they come together, and then there is a action. What caused this action is the combination of two conditions. So something happened. I eat the cheesecake. And because I can't control my mind and my desire, I will keep on eating and eating and eating. And after that, I get fat. Or maybe heartburn, too much cheese. So this is the effect. And from this effect, it will come back to our memory again. So if let's say I get sick because of the cheesecake, so I feel very uncomfortable. And I tell myself, no. In future, I'm not going to eat so much. And this memory get into my mind. Again, this effect get into my mind. I'm not going to eat so much cheese or so much cheesecake. And then after that, another occasion, I see a cheesecake again. So the external condition have this cheesecake, and now in the internal condition, the consciousness, I have two sounds. One is I want to eat this cheesecake because I have this habit. I like cheesecake so much. However, I have another sound. Says that, no, previously you ate a lot of cheesecake, so you get sick. And you get fat. So you're not going to eat so much. And this is the time that we apply the Dharma in. And at that time, we know that the result in the end, if I eat too much, I will get sick. I don't feel comfortable. But I like this cheesecake so much. I like the taste so much. So what am I supposed to do? Should I eat all the cheesecake and get sick and fat? Or should I stop eating the cheesecake? Or perhaps I don't eat so much, I just eat a piece. So from this progress here, it's called mindfulness. Mindfulness. And when this person, if I know about the cause, condition, and effect, and I make a decision, regardless of which choice, they always come with a effect, which is the result. And if we are aware, we will accept the result willingly because we know the situation. We know the situation, we know the cause, we know the condition, and also we know the effect. So from here, we have nobody to blame. We make the choice from ourselves. Different schools of Buddhism interpret the links of dependent origination differently. Sometimes quite literally, and sometimes metaphorically. And even without the same school, different teacher will have different methods of teaching the principle. So you might read a lot of books or went to listen to the Dharma talk. different people will explain differently, giving different examples to try to help or guide the members to understand the 12 links. However, no matter how they explain, or including myself, how we explained, there's a rule is that nothing can create without dependent origination. And it will be continuing and continuing again if we are unable to be mindful. So from here, look at this circle. It starts from ignorance. It starts from ignorance. And after that, karmic formation, consciousness, mind and matter, sixth sense, contact, feeling, craving, thinking, becoming, birth, old age, and death. So, and after that, after death, you will see how much ignorance we have in order for us to be reborn again. So, which one should we stop in order to stop the rebirth? Let's start our exploration. Ignorance. The fundamental ignorance of the truth and the delusions of mistakenly perceiving the skandha as a self. In here, what it says is that the basic ignorance of us is that we do not see the truth of this phenomenal world. We did not see truth. We did not see the real essence, the real picture of this phenomenal world. And also, we have this delusion and mistaken that the skandhas, the 5 skandhas, that we have this in this body as a absolute self. Because of this ignorance, did not see the truth, unable to see the truth, and also because of the delusion, it caused us to be reborn again and again. And also, second, ignorance of the 4 noble truths. In particular, that life is suffering, which means unsatisfactory or stressful. Ignorance do not know about the 4 noble truths, especially the first noble truth, suffering. Even though we are experiencing the stress, uncomfortable, unsatisfactory, unpleasant feeling, but we do not feel it. We did not see it. It seems so normal, and we continue to be stressful, be uncomfortable, unpleasant. We do not see the 4 noble truths. We don't know how to live a better life. We don't know what caused us to get angry, sad, depressed, frustration. We have no idea. And definitely we won't know how to stop the challenging situation. Next, ignorance of the impermanence and non-self. Don't know that everything is impermanence in this world. So we hope to have things with us forever. Love is forever. Hatred is forever. Sadness is forever. Hard time is forever. And it causes us to accumulate more negative energy. And also we don't know that this self does not belong to us. It does not have a absolute self. It also changes all the time. So previously I did mention is that this self, in different circumstances, we have different role. So to our parents, we are the daughter or the son. To our grandparents, we are the granddaughter or the grandson. To our partner, we are the partner of that person. To our children, we are the daddy or mommy of the children, of your daughter or son. And when you go to work, if you are the boss, you have the status of a boss. You pay the salary, you ask them to work. But if you are a staff, if the role as a staff, you earn the money, the boss pay you, so you need to work hard. You need to complete your job, your task. So in different time, different place, we have different role. So can I say that this self is me? And it never change. So the self change all the time. Besides the changing of our role in our life, our body is changing too. Today I feel good. Tomorrow I might get sick. And then after that I feel good again. Today I get angry. Maybe tomorrow I feel fine. Or maybe even half hour later, I feel fine. So when we are facing the circumstances in our life, what do we think? Are we thinking wisely? Or we are ignorant? Perhaps we can explain it in this way, is that when we change, or when we face with challenge, are we able to let ourselves remain in a calm and peace feeling, or we get angry, we get depressed, we stress out and frustration and start to complain? We're already in this challenging situation. The more we complain, the more we angry, the more we sad, will this situation change? Or perhaps just consider is that when we face with this challenge, physically I'm already facing this challenge. I need to change my way of thinking. Find ways to let myself get the peace. So in here, I have a few explanation about why we have this ignorance thinking or mentality. Ignorance, we do not know. We have no idea. We do not know that why it's snow. That's why we pray to the Heavenly God and ask the Heavenly God not to snow. We don't know that people will change. So we keep on searching for love from other people, searching for recognition for other people, from other people. We search for comfort from other people. Unfortunately, love change, recognition change, respect change. So when we don't know and we face with the challenge, we can't deal with it. Because since I don't know, Then how do I know how to resolve it? Don't know what it costs. This happened. So if I know about impermanence, if I know about the its suffering, and most important, I know the cause of the suffering, I know the truth of impermanence, I will know how to manage challenge situation. So first, I don't know. I have no idea. Second, I do not accept. I do not accept. I know that this person's, he will change. We have been in love for so many years, but he changed. No more had his heart no more with me. And I can't deal with it. So I do not want to accept it. I do not want to accept it. I keep on attached to this person. I keep on convincing myself is that this person will return. I keep on convincing myself is that I am part of this person's life. Unfortunately, I won't be able to get what I expected. So I refuse to accept, and then cause me to have all kinds of actions in order to get this person back. And in the end, who suffer most? Me, right? We ourselves. This person is already gone. He's gone. Whether we accept it or we do not accept it, he's gone. So if this person is gone, which means it's impermanence, no more. If we don't accept it, we will bring more pain and suffering to ourselves. Third, ignorant. Ignore. Third, ignore. It's similar to I do not accept. But ignore is more serious than do not accept. When we ignore the truth, we start to punish ourselves. We get depressed. We're unable to physically function. The mind is not clear. We don't just try to ignore the person that left, we also ignore ourselves. So we can see that in this world, a lot of people basically are ignoring themselves. They can't function. They don't know what to do. And the mind is getting so weak and weak. In the end, it becomes what? Depression. Some people even get crazy. So when a person ignores the reality and can't do anything, the next step is run away. These persons will run away from the friends, from the family, from the society, including themselves. There are all kinds of ways that people run away. They drink, they take drugs, and sometimes they even commit suicide. Ignorance causes us to be unable to function mindfully or mentally. And in the end, in the end is that we can't take it anymore. We will do something to release ourselves. We push ourselves to the darkness because of ignorance. This ignorance this ignorance means do not see the truth, do not accept the truth, ignore the truth, and also run away from the truth. They can't even see anyone besides them or anything. So when a person become hopeless in their life, basically they are in the situation of ignorance. And how do we help them out? This is the key thing. How do we help them out? I have a devotee that asked me is that she has a friend married to a gentleman. She loved him a lot. Unfortunately, after the marriage, the husband abused her, beat her up, abused her. So this friend of my devotee, she did not go to look for her parents. It's because the parents actually against the marriage. The parents know that this guy is not a good guy, but this friend of my devotee loved this guy a lot and married him. In the end, she has the result of being abused. So the friend's parents actually feel very bad and very uncomfortable and also sorry for their daughter. But they know that no matter how they talk to the daughter will refuse to listen. So the father actually looked for my devotee and asked help from my devotee, asking her to convince this girlfriend, this friend of my devotee, convince her to divorce. So my devotee come to me. And I told her, in this world, everybody have to be responsible in their life, and they have the choice to choose in their life. Nobody can choose for them. After they choose their life, they will be the one that will receive the result. Nobody can receive the result on behalf of her. So what can we do? The only thing that we can do is what? Share with her, told her, advise her about this truth in this phenomenal world. Let her understand that in this phenomenal world, we are in a suffering situation, physically, and if we don't let go, mentally we also get suffering. Let her understand what is the cause of the suffering and also the path leads to the end of suffering. Show her about the true picture of impermanence and non-self, about the changes. Let her see her situation now, and let her know that no matter what she chooses, definitely there will be an effect. And she'll be the one that will bear this effect. So if she chooses to divorce, she won't get abuse from the husband, but she will lose the love. Her love to this man. If she chooses to stay with this man, she will continue to be abused, but she will still have her love to this man. So if she willing to divorce, She has to let go of the love. If she chooses to stay with this man, then she has to accept the abuse. So this is how we choose the path of ourselves. Nothing is perfect in this world. There's no such thing as right or wrong. We make the choice, we bear the consequences. But there's one thing which is wrong action. Wrong action. What is this wrong action? Bring harm to ourselves and bring harm to others. If we bring harm to ourselves, this is my choice. But we do not have the right to bring harm to others. We don't have the right. So this will create the karma. So whether we are doing the wholesome action or unwholesome actions, everything will come with a karma. And that's why we have to think wisely. Think wisely. We have to start to explore the truth of this world and ourselves. Even though the truth of this world might not be pleasant to us, but we are facing it. So how do we transcend it? The first thing before we talk about transcend, we have to accept it. Accept that this is the challenge. I am facing this challenge. What should I do? Before talking about what should I do, then we have to think about what cause need to be in this situation. What is the cause? What should I do in order to stop this situation? In a way, is to stop the cause of this situation. If we do not accept and explore the cause, even though when we let go, we will still attach to it. So even though the friends of my devotee, even if she decided to divorce, but she's unwilling to let go of the love to this man, she won't be happy in her life. She will have this love with her, and she won't be able to be happy. So ignorance is a very dangerous thing, because ignorance will lead us to the darkness of our life, and even it will ruin our life. So this is the reason why the Buddha taught us to be mindful and think wisely, called the prajna. Understanding the truth, accept the truth, think wisely, and then make a choice in our life. So today, I share with all of you about this 12 links of dependent origination. And we also talk about this ignorance. Well, the next week or the next class, we will talk about the formation. When we have an ignorance, what will be the next step that we do? So next week, we are going to talk about formation and also consciousness. And thank you very much. I hope to see you in the next class. Om Tofo.